What's up, guys? This is Jeff with Win Big Picks, and today I'll be breaking down our top 6 picks in the NFL and MLB for Friday, September 5th. Great to have the NFL back. Good game last night. Not much scoring in the second half, which I'll get to in a little bit, but nevertheless, great to be back in the swing of things with football. And the NFL tonight, in their quest to take over every night of the week, is giving us another game. Just to recap yesterday's picks, though, we ended up going 2 and 3 on the ones we gave out here. CeeDee Lamb, more than 71.5 reception yards. He cashed that one out in the first quarter. He also cashed this out in VIP, too, on first quarter receptions and the longest reception yards at 23.5. Always good to not have to sweat those ones out. And over in baseball, we had Paul Skeens over 6.5 strikeouts. He continues his dominance against the Dodgers and cashed us out in the fifth. And the guys that missed for us, Saquon Barkley, had him for more than 96.5 rush yards. And like I mentioned, that second half, there was no scoring. There's only 3 points scored in the second half. And neither team really moved the ball. The Eagles had 2 drives more than 6 minutes where they just moved the ball 30 yards in each drive, and that just took up way too much time for us to really get anything done for Saquon to get those yards. And that affected the other side of the ball, too, where we had Dak for more than 36.5 pass attempts. They really weren't throwing the ball enough early on, and then that second half, had they got the ball back for that last drive, he would have hit this. But, again, that's just how it goes, where the line was set pretty much just right. And then over in baseball, the guys that missed, or the one guy that missed for us, William Contreras, had him for more than 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. He got a hit in the first, then just the rest of the game did nothing. That was a low-scoring game. Great pitching in that one. And then Jack Caglione, he ended up not playing, so that ended up as a do not DNP. We were able to hit on some of our slips out there. Over on Betr, CeeDee Lamb, we had him. He was discounted. That didn't even matter because he crushed it. Over on Underdog, like I mentioned, those first quarter receptions, cashed out. That was plus money over there. Hit that one. And then on DraftKings Pick 6, they had a free Dak pick, and they make you pair it up with 2 other guys instead of just one. So just hedged it with two easily hittable picks to cash out there. And before we get to today's picks, just reminding you guys that Betr, they're offering you a free $10 just to sign up, and then they're giving you a 50% deposit match up to $200, meaning if you throw in $400 on the app, they'll give you $200. Then today, we got the Mahomes free pick, just has to throw for 1 yard. And you can get all that if you sign up with the link below. Use the code WINBIGPICKS. And we still have that free month of VIP going on. Just send a screenshot of that first deposit that you make over on Betr over to the email address on the screen here. And yeah, you'll get a free month of VIP over on Winnable. We text out all the picks that we make directly to your phone, and just reminded you of the NFL and college season pass, all the VIP picks for football if you buy that one. Now, on to today's picks. And we are using Outlier to break everything down. If you want to try it out for yourself, use the link in the description. You get a free 7-day trial to mess around, see what you can find over there. They're really the most comprehensive app I've seen with everything they do in the App Store. They have an app for Apple and just the website. If you have Android, they're working on that. So you just got to use the website for now. First up, we got Patrick Mahomes. A lot of people probably got him for yards or touchdowns, but we're taking him over over half a pick. Just has to throw 1 interception, and I'll tell you why. Last year, early on in the season, he wasn't ready or something because he was throwing one every game. And then early on the road as well, he was throwing them every game. And head-to-head on the road against these very Chargers, he threw a pick. Chargers, fifth in the league last year in interceptions forced at about one a game. And, it's the first game of the year. There's only 3 preseason games now, where the starters aren't even fully playing. Even in practice, they're only in full pads, not much of the time. And it's just tough to get in a rhythm after 7 months off. I mean, with anything you do, even the great. So I think some mistakes will be made out there, and we're hoping one of those to be a Patrick Mahomes interception. Up next, we're taking Omarion Hampton, the rookie out of UNC, for more than 11.5 rush attempts. Now, Coach John Harbaugh, he came out this week and said that Hampton is the. And, he's an old school coach. He wants to establish the run, especially to keep that Chiefs offense off the field. And I think the game total is a little low for these two teams compared to what we've seen in the past. It's only 46.5. And the spread is 3, so it should be a close, hard-fought game throughout. Where the Chargers, they won't have to rely on the pass the whole time, and Hampton should see at least 12 carries in this one. They do have Najee Harris as their other running back, but I mean, I think even with him being involved, he should be able to get 12, no problem. Up next, we got Cameron Dicker the kicker, and we're taking him for more than 1.5 field goals made. He hit this in 13 out of 18 last year. He was actually 39 out of 42 on field goals last year. This is an insane percentage for that amount of kick. So 2 field goals really should be no problem. If the offense stalls out at all, he should be able to drill them. Yeah, just pausing real quick, reminding you guys to like, subscribe, comment below. We are a new channel, so anything to get that algorithm going would be appreciated. And we are still teamed up with Wanna Parlay. Great set of college football games tomorrow, and they're offering a 100% deposit match up to $250. Meaning if you throw in $250, they'll give you another $250 for free to use to play with. You just got to use our link below and the code WINBIGPICKS to get that deal. And the thing about Wanna Parlay is they're the only app where you can pair team picks with player picks. So things like which team to win, spreads, team totals, all of that, you're able to pair it up with player picks. They're the only app to do that. It's really great if you're into picking just team outcomes and stuff like that. Now, over to the MLB. First up, we're going Chris Sale over 43.5 fantasy score on Underdog. Now, here's his last 10. He just came back after a couple of months from being injured, but it was no big deal for him. He hit this no problem. And as you can see, the earned runs, they're low. He doesn't give up many runs. The strikeouts, they're high. The strikeout line is at 7.5 or 8, depending where you go. I think that could be a bit sweaty, even though it is against the Mariners, who strike out a ton. I think that's one you'd be sweating the whole time. And then the innings are there, too. He's almost always going 6 to help out with the fantasy point score. And then the 6 innings with the 3 runs or less, that gives you the quality start points as. And then just the Mariners' stats versus lefties recently. All year, 12th worst against lefties at batting average, but even recently, the last 30, 4th worst. Only batting .215 against lefties. Bodes well for us today. And up next, we'll take David Peterson, more than 16.5 outs. This one might bump up to 17, so I'd get on it now. I know over on Betr, it's at 16.5 if you want to grab it there. Now, he's only hit this in 3 of the last 5, and he is going up against the Reds, who their offense is red hot right now, coming off that series versus Toronto. They scored a lot of runs, but I still like him to get it done today. If you look at his last 10 on the road, he's a horse. He's going at least 6 innings each time, so he should easily cover that 5 1/3 that we need him to get. And just on the road overall this year, 83% of the time getting it done. And head-to-head versus the Reds, he's faced him once already, went 6 innings in that one. So more than 16.5, I think that's about an out too low. And he should be able to get this, no problem. Okay, last up, we're taking Michael Walker under 29.5 fantasy score. And as you can see, he's gone under 4 of the last 5, 8 of the last 10. And head-to-head, too. Both games this year, he's gone under. And then at home, the last 5 as well. Gone under every time. And I think his biggest issue really is he just doesn't strike out enough guys to offset any runs that he might give up. And the Minnesota Twins, last 30 games, they strike out the 11th least. And head-to-head, his strikeouts against him this year only had 4 and 1. And if you look at his innings pitched, he didn't make 6, so he probably won't be able to get to that quality start, even if he doesn't give up a lot of runs to get those points as well. So under 29.5, we're taking him on the fantasy score. Let's hope he stays trending in that direction today. Yeah, just to show you guys a bet that I've locked in already. Over on Chalkboard, Mahomes, that interception, that's at plus money, or what qualifies as plus money on the DFS apps. Anything over 1.78 is plus money on the apps. And then David Peterson, 16.5 outs. Paired them up, hoping to go 3.1x on that one. And if you want to track everything we've done over on the Pickett app, I'm over there at Carpsy151. You can see what we've done in about the last year or so. Up 252 units at $10 a unit. Do the math on that one. But most importantly, right now, Pickett, they're running this where you just download their app using our link below, use the code WINBIGPICKS, and then just sync up any sports book, and they're giving you free money just to download their app for free. They'll give you $3 just to do that, with a chance for that $3 to be 100. So really, you cannot lose with this. Free $3 with a chance for it to be 100. Use our link below to do that. So let's hope for another good NFL game tonight between the Chiefs and Chargers. Let's hope we green out everywhere. And I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Later.